Okay, so let's see if this camera stays up long enough. I'm propping it up on the apple tree that we just bought. This apple tree is amazing. It was over 9 feet tall and we smashed it into the car. I did actually. My husband's not exactly pleased with me, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We have this beautiful apple tree. It cost us $40 and I'll show you why that's such a big deal in a little bit, but I'm gonna try and set this video up so you can see us digging the hole, and I'll show you exactly how deep this apple tree needs to be in the ground.
Okay, no. I'm gonna do the first shuffle.
Okay, come on. You wanna try it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, be careful.
Accidentally.
Go ahead, do your
Almost
thing.
tripped.
Oh my gosh, the wind is so windy, it's gonna blow the whole tree over. I've never seen you excited to dig a hole before, so I'm excited that you're excited to help. If you hear the wind or all of this background noise right here, Larry's out there getting that weed eater running to weed eat some, so hopefully he can get it running because it's old. We probably should just buy a new one, but it is what it
That's
is.
enough shoes.
Do you need help?
Yeah.
Get that? You can also get those silver post hole diggers up by the house. That might be easier. And I'll work on some of the holes. You guys can't tell, there is a lot of really thick grass, and we actually have some gumbo clay as our native soil, so thank goodness it's been a little soggy and it's not summer, because if it was we would never be able to dig this ground out.
What are you doing?
We're digging a hole for the apple tree. What are you up to?
I'm drinking.
Oh, is that your soda?
Wait.
Alright. There you go. Now we'll just pull it out. That is awesome. I'm so excited that you're out here helping.
I was trying to cut out, but there's no shovels. I ran with this here, so it took a lot of my energy.
It's okay.
And it's
It's hard work doing physical labor, especially when the tools are bigger than you are. I'm just glad to see you outside helping. It doesn't matter.
Can you get this on the ground for me?
Sure.
Yeah, one time I digged a deep hole.
Where'd you dig the hole at?
No, you didn't. No, you buried it up.
Oh yeah, that sounds like me. Hey, you know what? You can pretend that you're playing, what is that game? Minecraft? Hey, look at this. A grub worm.
Give me that grub worm.
Wait, I want to show you. Oh, can you see it? Found a grub worm in the hole.
A grub. Nah. I'm naming him Jerry.
You're gonna name him Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
I was gonna name him Duck Food, so.
Hey, yo. I'm gonna feed him to a crawfish. Now, where do I put him to get him back in the ground?
I don't know. Not near my apple trees. Go put him near the ditch or something. Sure.
Okay, what's grub worm?
I don't know exactly, to be honest.
That's
Do they turn into Japanese needles? I don't know.
They do.
So I'm using the post hole diggers to try and get some of this grass out of the way.
When they do
because
turn into Japanese.
it is so thick. And these are sharp because we just bought them. I know that I'm probably not using these 100% correctly, but come on guys. I'm a city housewife. Give me a break. That's my excuse, right? That's the only time I'll use that as an excuse.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. You actually buried the whole I did.
I'm sorry. Oh yeah, the ones that we just filled in the other day. That's because we're gonna rock in. Woo! The wind is strong. That is because we're actually going to rock in the driveway over there. Believe it or not. You might pull the battery up. You might need to get something. What, baby?
The grub ones grow very quick.
Oh, yeah, they do.
So that's why it disappeared.
Yep, right underground.
I'm holding the apple tree.
That does. There's just a
Let's get the dirt out.
Trying to get the dirt out.
I digged a hole with my hands in the pig
We
axe.
don't want it to be much wider than the root ball of this tree. And I'm not backfilling it with anything but this clay soil because I just want it to contact well. I wish we could have found some locally sourced lemon trees. We tried lemon trees. They all died this winter. It's like the third year we've had them die. And I don't know, it seems like the winters are getting much colder over the last few years. Well, that's the thing. Unless it's a bitter orange, citrus, or anything but frost hardy.
We need
makes it
frost hardy oranges.
We do. But
Now, as soon as it gets very cold and it's nighttime, I'm gonna put a drink out there. I'm gonna put ice cream out there and
so it doesn't melt.
yeah, great. And you can eat your ice cream out there. Oh,
The downside is that when you don't have bare root apple trees, it doesn't make as good of ground contact. Because with bare root, then the apple tree's only in your soil,
6 minutes and something seconds.
native soil. But that's okay. I'm looking forward to seeing how this will grow. I mean, it's a $40 tree, so even just buying a tree online at Stark Brothers or anything is significantly more. So
I don't know
hopefully
about.
this one takes. It's already pretty large.
Yeah, it's taller than a
But-
clubhouse.
A 9-foot tall Gala apple tree is at least 4 to 5 years old. It is already flowering, but I'm not going to let it produce fruit because I want it to focus on expanding its root system this year. That is its only thing it needs to do, is just get healthy root system before the winter. And since it's March and we're able to plant early, I think it'll be great.
I wouldn't help
Imagine we
it.
get an apple.
Imagine we get an apple. I would be excited.
Do we get 2 apples?
So Gala apple trees actually do not self-pollinate.
They are
Excuse
gay.
me. Red delicious apples do not self-pollinate. So what we're going to do is buy, I want some yellow delicious apples.
I'm helping by
The
holding the
golden
tree
delicious?
still while the strong wind goes.
You're amazing, Sam.
That's a big enough hole, don't you think?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get the extra clay off the side. However,
Yeah, but
That's
it's
not a big enough hole. Trees
y'all
can
like
grow
those
very
green
big.
Granny Smith apples, so I'm thinking about getting one of
Trees
those
can go
because
Apple trees can grow as big
this
as...
apple tree will grow about 20 feet tall.
Okay, so yeah, you need
And it'll have a 20 to 25 foot spread. And
spread out.
Red Delicious apples grow about 24 inches a year, so it'll grow at least 2 more feet a year. So in 5 years, it should be about full grown.
And then
Within 5 years,
And on top of it,
in 5 years, I will be old.
in 5 years I'll be 14.
right?
5 years, I'll be 2 less 12.
Well, you know what's really cool though? Is that Red Delicious, they need pollinators like Golden Delicious yellow apples or Granny Smith apples or even the Gala apple. So it gives us an excuse to get
If
several
that
more
fell, it
apple
would fall on
trees.
you.
Would fall on us. Okay, so
Oh,
I
hold on.
Such a beautiful hole.
It is beautiful.
It's big,
You like
though.
say that? Could you help dug it, huh? Help dig it. All right, let me show everyone, buddy, how deep it is. Okay, so this, I don't know, is that another grub worm? I can tell it may be some roots from the old trees. Before we bought this house, there were about 7 or 8 trees that were cut down in this area. And
Mom.
the stumps
It's down off the
are
tree.
rotting. And we've been worried about tripping over them all the time. So
Grub worm.
that's part of the reason we decided to make it kind of
I believe that one is.
a garden bed,
Yeah, that's
because
good.
we're tired of tripping over all
Hey,
of
Mom.
these
I believe
stumps
that
rotting.
is right there is a grub one.
You want to get it, or you could leave it?
I have a phone.
Set your drink down. There you go. So this is about how wide we made the hole. And I'm going to test it out to see if this is wide enough. But just so you can kind of see, we have native gumbo clay soil, and this is how deep it is.
Yeah, this is clay, so we can make stuff out of it.
And I made it this week because this is a 5-gallon pot that this tree came in. So I want it to be big enough to fit the root ball, but not much larger than that. And I'm just going to backfill with our native clay soil. And then eventually I'll build a little box around it and fertilize it with some good mushroom compost and some apple tree fertilizer. But I'm not going to do that right off the bat unless I do it around, yes, the extended root zone where I want the roots to be. That way they're encouraged to kind of spread out more. That's what I did with this apple tree over here, and it worked really well. So that's my plan for this one. Do you need help getting it out?
Yeah. I can't even lift up the tree.
I'll lift the tree, you pull the pot off. How about that?
Okay, lift it up, Mom.
Pull hard, Charlie.
This ain't coming off.
No, it's not.
We need Dad.
Well, here. Now pull. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Okay, so here's kind of what it looks like. You can see the roots. You can loosen up these roots if you want. I'm not really sure if I want to. These are pretty tight roots, honestly. And I don't really want to mess it up too much.
It's just so rich to make it so heavy.
I know, it's a root heavy tree.
Come on, Mom.
I'm actually kind of afraid to try and loosen these up
let's
anymore.
just get it in the ground.
Hey, can you... I wish the water hose would reach over here. I'd rinse some of this excess dirt off of it.
Let's get this in the ground.
So you can rinse out a lot of the excess dirt. We're just going to plant it as is. What we're doing... Oh, look, that's a perfect size. That hole is the perfect size to put this root ball in. And then we are going to backfill it with native soil. Nothing crazy or spectacular. I'm sitting on this ground, and this tree is at least 4 feet taller than me. I think it's taller than 9 feet. I'm actually going to find the tape measure at some point and measure it. Are you going to backfill for me? You can use the shovel if that's easier, buddy. Here, I'm going to step on it because it's actually kind of tilted one way. So I'm going to step on it this way to encourage it to not lean over. I'll try zooming out a little bit. The shovel's awkward, so it's easier for Charlie if he just picks it up and puts it in the hole. And I'm going to let him because anytime my kids want to help garden, I let them garden. Hello. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. He wanted to help dig the hole and backfill, so I'm going to let him have at it. Anytime that they actually want to help, I'm like, okay. Not sure about the part that has grass on it. I try to avoid putting in grass. Hey, buddy, actually, we're gonna... Baby, do you think that water hose will stretch out this far? I don't either.
Dry. Wait, no, we have a watering can.
Oh yeah, we can use the watering can. I always forget about that. And we have all the hose. Hey, we have all that 2-inch hose reel that your dad brought home from work on those giant reels that I want to make into the table. And Dad and I are actually talking about putting an IBC can on that little trailer he's making. And using that, filling it up with that water and driving around with it so that we can water everything without having to use city water, just using the rain catchment. Doesn't that sound amazing? That would be a really cool way.
We don't gotta waste our money.
Right?
On using that city.
I don't have to worry about the insane amount of chlorine that's in our water during the summer. Because remember when it...
We just get a lot of it.
Yeah. It made our animals really sick one year, and we actually had to do range catchment water for our animals because there was such a high amount of chlorine. And then the following year, we actually got a letter saying that they got in trouble. No, buddy, it needs to be backfilled a little more. Saying that the city actually got in trouble with the state for having a higher amount of chemicals in their water than they were supposed to. And that was in a whole string of cities around here in Southeast Texas going through that, having the same issues. It's hard. One year there was red waters red worms in the water in the city over from us, which is still connected to our water source. It's considered a separate city, but it's actually still in the same territory as our town. So that was really crazy. I was like, whew, I'm glad we didn't get any of those. It almost looked like red earthworms, but it wasn't. And that was kind of scary. I don't know, they were some kind of like parasitic worm. It's really gross.
Yeah, to add too much chlorine in it.
No, I think that's actually why they ended up adding more chlorine. But I remember we were an underwater notice, but we boiled water anyways because that was too close to home. The city's doing a lot of construction right now, so the sheer amount of
What? Yeah.
the sheer amount of times that they break the main water mains or other plumbing and we lose water is absolutely crazy right now. So having backup water is really going to start to be a focus because it's just getting ridiculous. Yeah, we just have to be careful with rain catchment and make sure we really filter well, but unfortunately I try to only use the rain catchment on the plants because of the type of shingles that we have on our house. And those were recently reshingled when we bought the house 7 years ago, so we don't really want to have to replace it. Eventually we're going to put a metal roof on the house.
There you go. That should be enough.
That actually looks really good, Char. I might put a little extra on there, but I think you got the gist of it. It's actually, it looks so much darker in the camera than it is outside, but it's pretty dark outside too.
Wash my hands off.
So I just want to make sure it's really well tapped in and done above, like below the grass. Oh, that's amazing. Thanks, babe. That actually looks really good. We just got a little side-by-side gator from my brother-in-law, and so he flipped on the lights for that and it made it so much easier to see. So this is pretty much it. You can kind of see the process, just listen to us chat. I know this isn't a super exciting video, but I thought it would be really cool to kind of show the process of us actually digging the hole and everything else. It's kind of hard. I really need to get a tripod so I can show you guys more of the work for a distance, but it's so hard not to capture everything going on when you live, you know, on a busy street. So that's about it. We filled in the hole and we make sure that it's above the graft.
I need to tell them when I'm sowing ducks. 3 months or 3 months?
3 or 4 months. Your ducks, well, I don't know. I would definitely say that they'll be laying in fall, but you know, by the time they get laying age, it's going to be so hot outside, they may actually not be laying.
No.
So
4 months
you did an excellent job, Charlie, of helping with this tree. Thank you so much. It's crazy because we're always having to fight the boys to do the outside chores, and they were actually really helpful today. I'm really grateful for that. So let's see. It doesn't. So we just planted this tree and it looks like it will actually be the perfect time to get rain, and they're right, it does look like rain. So here we are. This tree is massive. Let me back up enough you can see it. So I don't even think you can see all of it because it's so tall and it's so dark outside. It is huge. This is a massive tree. I can't wait to show it on a couple of tours as it starts to grow and fill out. But this is the Gala Apple Tree. It is not technically zone 9. It is technically for a zone 8 or lower, but we went ahead and purchased it because so many of our trees, including our zone 9 apple trees, are really suffering. The last few winters it's been much colder to the point that Texas A&M has talked about actually mapping out the growing zones and making us into zone 8 instead of zone 9A. And since we're right on that cusp of South Houston on zone 8B and 8A, it's just weird how it all swirls together. I think this is like gonna do really well, and if it doesn't, oh well, at least we have a really cool large shade tree and we don't necessarily need the apples. We would just like to have them. And look at this, it does have a flower. I know it's getting kind of dark, but we're not gonna let it flower, and as uncomfortable as it is, by flower, because if we let it flower and produce fruit right now, it's not going to develop a root system, and then in a couple of years we could risk, when we get strong hurricane weather, it knocking over. But this is a lot thicker than our other tree was, and so hopefully it'll do well and not have as much hurricane damage. So thank you guys for kind of watching and tuning in. I know it's a little bit different video and you can't really see a whole lot going on, but I thought it'd be cool just to show the process.
It's a tree.
Are you literally hugging the tree right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so sweet.
It gives us provide air.
It does. They provide so
You
much.
hug it too.
No way. And then here's the sky. Look at that. You can actually see that really well
Oh,
still.
look at that. That's an airplane.
Yeah, there is a lot of clouds and they're much darker in person.
It has,
Look how pretty the sky looks in the camera.
there's a single plane.
So pretty. Alright guys, I'm gonna let you go. I hope y'all have a great night.
One plane, two
Here, take your
planes.
drink.
There's 3 planes.
There are 3 planes. I can't see them in the camera.
And they're all driving different ways. One disappeared.
Oh,
No,
look, you can
it's a
see this.
bucket.
That though. That's so cool. That is awesome.